Whoa, where's that at?
Somewhere on the internet.
We will not wear your underwear, but we will.
Yeah, do you know what you're talking
Nope. And that's why I said it.
about? Okay.
We'll probably wear your underwear.
Is the title not the Houly and Brian show? Do we have a Twitter account? Waffle House.
Sure go.
I like Waffle House.
We got to talk to you guys again. I haven't seen you guys in a long time.
The thing? Are we started?
I mean, yeah.
Welcome, everyone. This
Hi.
is the Las Vegas podcast because that one was bad.
It was bad. We were drunk, but I'll tell you what. I'm sure we might talk about some stuff on here, and we'll be able to push it over into the next one. So
Yeah.
or
I
put highlights. I do want to do some highlights of that because there was some funny stuff we did.
didn't feel great about it though, but we
No.
were fucking tired when we recorded that.
Tired. I think I had to leave at like 2 o'clock the next morning, and this is at like 9 o'clock. Like I had to leave at 2 o'clock
to drive.
Why don't we update the peoples, Houly? Why don't we let them know where we've been, what we've been doing a little bit, and you know what's going on. If you all notice, Houly is a skinny little boy right now.
I dropped 60 pounds.
Yeah, Jesus, dude. Congrats, man.
Thank you. So really, that's the only kind of new exciting thing in my life. The guy that's
The guy.
I keep stuttering, and it's been a minute, everybody.
It's been a minute. Yeah, we got to dust the cobwebs off, you know?
Dust the cobwebs, gotta dust them
Get
off.
out of here.
The guy who has the biggest life changes since the last time we talked to him is Mr. McManaman over there. He has done some shit. So I'll let you go ahead and talk about the shit that you've done.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't done it. Like, it's not like it's a crazy amount or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, you only moved like halfway across the country and got a brand new job. You know, there's no big deal.
I moved to Colorado. I have a new job working in cybersecurity sales, basically.
Denver.
What's up?
Because Denver.
Because Denver is like a new tech hub in the country, and it's really cool. It's for a company called PAX 8, so shout out to those guys.
Shout out PAX 8.
Yeah, it's a great company to work for. I've been working there like 6 months now, so it's been good. It's been good. Yeah, and pretty soon Hulu's gonna come out to visit, maybe sometime.
Maybe, hopefully
within
soon.
the next year.
Oh, for sure. I was planning on coming out winter, and then it was like, well, I can't come out winter, but now I can, but I also can't because I waited too long. So we'll be.
Yeah, it's just it's a weird time too. I'm gonna be coming home for 2 weeks anyways, so
perfect.
Yeah, I'll try and bring this rig again. We'll actually try and record one together. Now, I think it'd be cool to record one in the shop. Actually.
Yeah, we could do that for sure.
Yeah, be cool. Yeah.
So I gotta talk about a snap that you sent me when you did move out to Denver.
Okay.
And it was really, really weird. I think you were out on the town, if you will.
Oh, God.
And you send me this snap, and it's of a skunk. Do you remember this?
Oh, yeah, dude. This wasn't that long ago. This wasn't that long ago at all. This is...
I feel like it was a few months ago.
Well, okay, yeah. It was a little while ago, actually, because it was like right around... It was right around. I know what it was. It was Labor Day weekend.
Okay. Yeah,
it was Labor Day weekend because I broke my phone. Brian thought it'd be cool to bring his phone in the pool, and he did. And the camera doesn't work anymore, so I gotta get a new one. It's all right. I'm due. I'm on a 7+ right now, and I'm due for a new one. But anyways, yes.
So Brian's out and about, and there's a skunk. And the skunk is literally minding his own business. He's not doing anything. And Brian goes, "Hey." And the skunk looks at him like, "What?" And Brian's like, "Get away, dude. I don't want you to spray me." And the skunk's like, "All right." And it starts walking away. And Brian just goes, "Hey." And it looks back at him like, "Dude, what?" And Brian just repeats, "Go on, get out of here." So the skunk looks at him, is like, "All right." It starts walking again. And Brian again, "Hey, you." And it looks back at him again. Like, dude, this guy again?
Dude,
And Brian just says, fucking go, man. And I was just like, Brian, you're going to get sprayed, dude.
hey man, to be fair,
To be fair.
and that'll be our next topic for sure.
right.
To be fair, what has life taught us about skunks? When we were kids, it
leave
taught
them
us that they were
alone.
no. When we was kids, it taught us that they were
Pepe Le
rapists,
Pew. They were, yeah.
and they like to rape cats of all things. So yeah, and then they spray you.
Thinking back about them. But anyways,
But for real, cartoons are really weird and racist and like
Looney Tunes, man.
yeah, Looney Tunes was wild. Looney Tunes didn't give a fuck. But even look at Disney cartoons. Look at the crows or whatever from Dumbo. That is the most racist shit Disney has ever done.
Oh yeah, they've put out. I would say Google Disney racist, but don't, because it's really cringeworthy. Like,
What's that?
just if you just Google Disney racist cartoons,
Oh yeah.
it's like how has
there's
this not been canceled?
There's blackface. There's all kinds of stuff, dude.
It's
like
bad.
all kinds of stuff. It's awful.
Pepe Le
But
Pew.
no, who was I just talking to? I was talking to Angie or somebody the other day, and they were watching a show, and in the show, she was like, dude, we could never get away with this shit. I don't remember what it was, but she was just watching it, and she was like, dude, you can never get away with this shit anymore. I don't remember. I'll
Well,
find it.
there's even stuff from not that long ago.
There's stuff from the early 2000s where you're like, fuck, dude, we can't say that shit anymore.
right,
And that was just yesterday, so,
right.
you know, it's crazy.
So you wanted to talk about something?
Oh, yeah, well, hold up. I'm not done with this skunk thing yet, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Skunks
I
are
can't
scary.
put you on blast
Skunks
and
are
not have
wild.
you retort.
Yeah, no, I got a rebuttal. Skunks are wild. They
rebuttal,
spray
that's
you
what
and
I
shit. And he was not just minding his own business.
He was totally minding his own business.
He
was
might have been a
trying-
little minding his own business.
You were like, "Hey, don't spray me," and he's like, "I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to leave, man."
Because on the last time, he was like, you know what? And he starts walking towards me.
Well, yeah, because he was like, dude, all right, you asked for it, motherfucker.
Yeah. No, and yeah, that's when I was like, all right, I should probably take off now, not do that. But we can talk about Vegas a little bit. Let's talk about Vegas a little bit, all right?
Yeah. What do you want to know?
What was it really hard to find? It's really hard to find a screwdriver. By the way,
It is.
Okay.
Brian.
a little bit of
We
a
think it was
background story.
Brian.
The first night we go out, we
Okay.
go out with the bride and like her family and stuff, and we go and
Yeah.
we meet up with all the bridesmaids. And what did you say?
Met at Pizza Rock in
Yeah.
in Fremont Street.
Fremont Street, just off Fremont Street there, yeah. Which, dude, Houly and I spent way too much time on Fremont Street that week.
We went there a lot.
We went there every night, dude. Who
Yeah.
does that? I mean, granted, like one of my buddies does bartend on the strip. I don't think he ever hooked it up, but it doesn't matter. We watched people get kicked in the nuts.
Oh, we did watch people get kicked in the nuts. It only
Yeah.
cost $20. We didn't pay for it.
It
Other
did,
people paid
yeah.
For it, and we watched.
I think what I'm gonna do is I think at the end of this episode I'm gonna leave all the stuff we did in Vegas. Like there's videos of the guy getting kicked in the nuts. There's us like we have videos and stuff. I think I might do that as like a little thing at the end. Now this is the part where Houli's listening to it and he goes, "You totally didn't do that." In the future. Anyways.
in the future when I'm double checking it before putting it online, and I think to myself, he didn't do that.
I always
on
say
brand.
that. Never do that. Yeah. But
So
no, man.
don't get your hopes up if you get all the way
Yeah.
to the end and it's not there.
Yeah.
Don't, it's
It's-
welcome to the Houly and Brian show.
Wait, that's in an episode. Don't we have a lost episode and that's where everything is?
Yeah, sure.
I thought that was like a running joke with us. It's like, oh, we'll put it in the whatever episode.
Oh,
Maybe
it might be. It's been a
Maybe
while
that's
since we've
another
done one of these.
podcast. Maybe that's something I was
Yeah.
listening to. But it's been a while. It's been easy 6-7 months. It's been a half a year since we've done
Yeah,
one of
probably
these,
about
so yeah. But life got busy. I was trying to get all set up, and now that I actually have time to, yeah, I'm glad Hulu wanted to jump on this week. Because, dude, it's so funny. You honestly, you texted me that yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever it was, and I was like, man, I was getting ready to text you like 2 weeks ago, I was getting ready to text you, be like, dude, let's just do another one. Just to do it. We haven't got a chance to sit and talk down in a minute. And then
It's been a minute, yeah.
Seriously, 2 days ago, I was like, I got to get Houly to get on there and everything like that. So,
well, you called me like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think it was. Probably, actually, it might have been about 2 weeks ago. And we did a shot together over the phone.
Oh, that's right. That
and
was
you were
like
with your buddy.
Yeah.
And your buddy was like, I'm going to come on the podcast someday. And I was like, shit,
dude.
yeah, you are.
He
And
totally
then
is. My buddy Troy.
That's what made me be like, we should start doing that again.
Yeah. Dude, funny about my buddy Troy is he was like really, really good friends with my ex. And then also, ladies, I'm single, so
Yeah.
run. But he was good. He was really good friends with my ex. And then like the first time him and I met, we just hit it off. Like he lived down in San Diego. We were always up in Northern California. We just hit it off. And then he moved out here to Denver, and him and I are like best friends. We hang out all the time, dude.
Nice.
It's awesome. He's a great dude. But she's coming out here next week. It'll be great.
Perfect. She's a cool person.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, so we go to Vegas. We're getting way sidetracked. This is gonna take us a long time to get back on track for some of this stuff. So we go to Vegas, meet up with the bride, meet up with the bridesmaids, all that stuff, hanging out with those guys. It's us and our buddy Pat, and we went hard that night. Oh, sorry, didn't Paul meet up with us too?
Paul did.
Yeah, so
Because he called you, and you were like, I'm in Vegas. He's like, oh, okay, I'll come too.
Yeah, he was like, oh, I'm in the Grand Canyon. I'll be there in 2 hours.
And we were like, nice. And then he just showed up.
Yeah,
it
he
was
came and
awesome.
showed up, and we had a blast, and it was a good time. Anyways, we got blacked out, woke up in the morning. Paul is in the bed next to me. I think I was naked, or he was naked. One of us was naked.
Someone was.
I don't remember. Anyways, in the bathroom, toilet paper roll was ripped off the wall. Okay, so
not just the toilet paper off the like the whole
yeah,
thing.
the
ripped
whole
off
roll,
the
the whole mount, everything like that, just ripped off the
Yeah.
wall. So I was like, Jesus! And all of us were like, we don't know who did it. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it was me, if I had to guess. But we're like, we don't know who did it. I was like, don't worry. I looked at it for a minute. I'm like, we can fix this. There's drywall ripped off the wall and everything like that. But I was like, we can fix this.
Luckily, we stayed at the Stratosphere, not the nicest hotel in the world.
It was. I dug it, man. Out of like, I think.
For the price, it was awesome.
Yeah, I think the only like, I don't know. I've stayed in good hotels there. I've stayed in, like, who cares?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Dude, this last weekend at Austin City Limits, we stayed in a hotel that was like $60 a night on Austin City Limits weekend.
God.
So if you can just imagine
Yeah.
how terrible that was, it was gross. It was disgusting. But dude, who cares, man? Like, you're never in the hotel room when those things happen.
I didn't care at all. Well, that's why, like, when I came in and they're like, hey, we have these new remodeled rooms. Would you like to upgrade? And I was like, no, I'm never going to use it. And then they had, like, a big ad. Remember when we saw the big ad? At
Wait a minute. Was it
Stratosphere?
free and we just messed up on that? Or no, upgrade, like a
it was
paid
extra.
upgrade?
And I was like, no, I'm broke as shit. That's the whole reason why I'm staying in this hotel. And then, you all right, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good. I thought the neighbors were knocking. I'll just keep this on just to double check.
And then we saw like a billboard like on the room that was like newly remodeled rooms, upgrade now, the nicest hotel room you'll never stay in. And I was like, what? That's the exact reason why I didn't want that room.
You're going backwards on us now.
Like you guys are not doing that correctly.
Right?
But anyways, yeah, toilet paper roll ripped off.
Ripped it off, yeah. So
Right off
we spend the next couple days just trying to find a screwdriver. I'm looking in my car because I drove there from Denver.
It's surprisingly hard to find a screwdriver in Las Vegas.
You would think that would be like a top thing that someone would need.
The hotel will not give you one.
Nope.
Nobody will give you one.
I even tried. Don't you remember? I was like, hey man, I'm in town for my niece's birthday.
You said you needed to build him a bike.
I needed a bill. I was like, I have her bike here for her birthday. I was like, I just need to put it together. Can I borrow a screwdriver? And the one girl was like, let me go check. And she turns around and she turns back around. And she goes, no. But yeah, we were.
She's like, go ask security. And security was like, fuck no.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah. They were like, that's what we're here to do is make sure you don't get a screwdriver.
And we
So-
walked to all the little stores around that area.
Dude.
Not they sold pocket knives, and we're like, do the pocket knives have screwdrivers that fold
Yeah.
out? Nope, none of
I think we did. Didn't we buy one pocket knife? Because we were like,
because it wasn't like a screwdriver, but it was like a thing that
Could
I
have.
think it was like a little like hook or something.
Yeah.
I was like, this might fit a screw, and it didn't.
yeah. So that didn't work. Then we went to a couple other places. No screwdriver to be found. And finally, I think the last day we went to like Target or Walmart or
went to
something like
Walmart.
that. And
And
even then, like it was super hard to find. And all the screwdrivers were like in this glass like case that was all locked up. Dude, Vegas is a sketchy town.
You had to go and like ring a button, and then like an employee would come, be like, "What do you want?" And I was
Yeah.
like, Brian, why is this like this? And Brian just goes, "Tweakers." I said, "Yeah, okay,
Good point.
That's
Yeah.
good point. You're right."
No, and
This is Nevada.
yeah, like we had to
Sorry
walk over and they had to
if
like
it's
they had to pay with them and stuff, and it was crazy.
Yeah, they had to like walk us to the counter and pay for it and like bag it. It was real weird.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was fucking
We fixed
crazy,
it, though.
but
We fixed it, and by we
Yeah.
I mean Brian fixed it.
so yeah, they never said anything, never got charged or anything
Nope.
like that.
Nope, never got
Sweet.
charged. Like I said, it's a stratosphere, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I did a pretty good job of fixing it. It was pretty good.
You did.
Trust me, you lean on that thing, it was going off. But I
It
covered
was just-
everything up
you had
pretty
to
good.
have it good enough so the next person, oh, you're the one who did it. not
Yeah,
me. It was the next
exactly, right?
person."
So there's some poor old soul in the last 6 months that has had to pay for a hotel thing, and it was not Houly.
I just like to imagine that you didn't rip it off. It was the guy before us.
Before,
And he went on a 3-day trip trying to find a screwdriver, and then he finally got it just good enough to fit, and then you knocked it, and you did this, and it's just, there's a guy right now
should've-
in Vegas
we
hunting
should've
for a
wrote-
screwdriver.
we should have left the screwdriver like up underneath the
With a little note, you're
sink,
welcome.
and then a little note behind where the toilet paper
Yeah.
thing is that says it's under the sink. Screwdriver under the sink.
Right.
'Cause
that
there's only
was-
like a $6 screwdriver or
Because
something.
how
like
nice
that.
would that have been for us to find in the morning? It's under the sink. And be like,
Oh.
we could just fix
Oh, it
it
would have
right
made my
now.
day. I'd be like, oh, this has happened before.
This has happened before for sure.
Because it totally has. Like, you know, for all those people it has.
Yeah.
So, man, I feel like we've talked about Axl Rose in a podcast before.
We didn't talk about Axl Rose. We talked about, or maybe we talked about Axl Rose, but I specifically remember talking about, what was his name? Can you filibuster for me
Slash?
for a minute? Nope. Can you filibuster for me? Talk about Slash. Talk about his top hat for a minute.
Well, okay, so I'm going to start this off. You can find that out. So
David Lee
this
Roth.
last. Oh, we did talk about David Lee Roth. He's a badass.
Is that what you were thinking of?
No, it's not. So Guns N' Roses played at Austin City Limits this last weekend.
Oh yeah. How was it?
Slash is such an incredible guitarist. It's crazy. He's like playing behind his head and shit like that and
Yeah.
doing all this crazy stuff. It was wild. I was like, oh shit. Axl Rose, however, when I closed my eyes, it was amazing. But
Yeah.
every time I had to open them and see him, dude, that dude's put on like 80 pounds, maybe more, because he used to be like rail skinny.
Yeah.
He like wears the same like style jacket and pants and stuff that he did before.
And it's
You're like,
just
bitch,
not working out.
listen, I know you grew out of it, okay? You're not Mick Jagger. You're not the same size you were when you were 22.
Yeah.
Dude, he looks like he should own a coffee shop in Portland with like him
Okay.
and his like he looks like he should be my lesbian aunt is what he looks like he should be.
Okay.
Dude, it's wild, man. Like
Yeah.
you're watching it and you're like, fuck, dude, like what is happening right now? So it was really throwing us off. But besides that, it was still cool to watch them play. Got to see Third Eye Blind and stuff and Grizz and all kinds of people, man. It was great. Great weekend. Gary Clark Jr. Rawr.
Ugh.
You seeing pictures?
Yeah.
Can you share your screen, or is that going to get rid of our? I don't want you to share.
Get rid of
I think it'll get rid of our video, so I don't think we should do that.
I
But
mean, he looks like he's having fun though.
Dude, he just has like the same dance move the whole time. He's just looking at the
Yeah.
crowd like, yeah, and you're like, what? Like, I've seen his old performances on TV, and I would rather watch those. Like, they're great. Like, even when he did like the MTV Movie Awards, like whatever, 2008 or something like that, it was great. But yeah, we got to see all our good stuff. Like Mr. Brownstone was like the second song in, getting people going crazy, and Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, all that shit. So we got to see all those. That was cool.
Does Guns N' Roses have another band called LA Guns or something like that? Or is that a cover
Slash has his own solo thing, and he also was in a band called Velvet Revolver, which is like a super band with like him and like, I don't know. I think it's like one of the dudes from like Creed or something like that. Like
band? Who's LA? Because I feel like I've seen LA Guns before.
they could be.
And I feel like someone was like, that's Guns N' Roses, and I was like, why would they play this show that we're at now? It's just a beer fest thing.
No,
in Grand
That's got to be that's got to be a cover.
LA Guns.
Unless it's like Axl Rose, like it has to be a cover band.
LA Guns are an American hard rock band from Los Angeles.
Who are the members?
Axl Rose.
Okay, so it's
I feel
his.
like I would have remembered seeing Axl Rose though.
Not if he looks the way he does now. It's not good. I mean, honestly, Axl Rose was. You know what? I never thought I'd say this about an artist. He needs to do more cocaine, okay?
He needs to do more cocaine.
He does. He used to do a lot back in the day, and like Slash has died like 3 or 4 times and shit. But
Yeah.
he should probably do some more cocaine. Oh, I like my couch.
It's a nice looking couch.
It's a nice couch. I think we've slept on it before. It's Scott's old couch.
It looks familiar.
Yeah. So yeah, Axl Rose is really weird. The other thing, is there anything else you want to touch on right now, or do you want to touch on Letterkenny?
So yeah, let's do that. So
Because basically that's a new show for us, since we did not know about that before our last one.
Say sometimes we talk about on the podcast different shows or movies that we've been into, and I've got a plethora of ones I want to talk about. Like I don't have enough time, so have
you seen The Joker yet?
No.
Okay, good. Then we can save that one.
We'll save that one. I do want to see it, and I do want to talk. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna like it. It doesn't seem like a movie I'd get down on, which is interesting because I do like dark, fucked up movies. But
and you like Todd Phillip movies too.
And I do like Todd Phillip movies. We'll see if it's different than what I think it's gonna be. And I know it's supposed to be like dark and twisted and has a bunch of controversies, which usually I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But
there's some really cool tiebacks in it, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Like some that like blew my mind, and I'm not even a big like comic book nerd or like a superhero nerd, but there were a couple tiebacks where I was like, oh, to like older movies, which if you didn't know, if you didn't watch any of the original Batmans or anything like that, like you wouldn't know. But
and I do want to watch some of those Batmans before. Like I want to rewatch Dark Knight, and then
you should just start with Christopher Nolan and go all the way through Christopher Nolan.
Just start with Batman Begins?
Yeah, just start with Batman Begins, go all the way through, yeah.
Okay.
There's not a ton of stuff from The Dark Knight Rises. I don't think there's actually anything, because why would there be? Because it's after the Joker.
Yeah, I might as well skip it, because that one's like 3 hours long.
And it's good, but it's my least favorite out of the 3.
Out of the 3, for sure.
Yeah.
Dark Knight is for sure the best.
100%.
And then do I need to watch what are the older Batmans? Obviously Jack Nicholson. I gotta watch that one.
Yep, he played the best Batman out of all of them. You meant Joker, right?
Yeah.
Is that? But I get it. I get where you're going. You were like, which Batman's doing it? Yes, you need to watch.
The Batman with Jack Nicholson
Yeah, so
as the Joker.
yeah, he kind of has a very new, interesting laugh. It's very Arkham Asylum and like the Batman cartoon kind of laugh mixed in with
Okay.
it. Yeah,
Arkham
we won't
Asylum
talk
is
about
a
that
really,
one
really
anymore.
fun game. Um,
I,
but,
I don't want
but
to
yeah,
ruin that for you.
so I figured we'd talk about just maybe run through each of us some of the things that we've watched and seen since the last podcast,
Okay.
and then if anything, we'll just get this one out of the way. We'll come back to it. Me and Brian both have gotten to Letterkenny
Yep.
since then, and we both love it. And we're
Yeah.
going to talk about that actually. But some of the other things that we've gotten into, maybe we'll brush on. So, and then if they sound interesting, then we'll chat about it for a minute. But definitely
Yeah.
Letterkenny we'll get to. So why don't you start off? What are some things that you've seen or watched since the last time?
Well, I've watched Office for about the 32nd time in a row.
I still have to see that.
It's crazy how many times I've watched it. Dude, it's so good. Like, there's just so...
Well, the thing is,
There's
that,
an
I feel like
episode-
it's a chore for me to because I really want to watch it, but like
Yeah.
I got interested in it after there's already been 3,000 seasons. But it's dumb because I'm like, well, I guess I might as well just start Parks and Rec over again.
That's what I mean. Like, okay, so it's
But
like the
I
same
could be
thing.
watching, yeah.
So you need to just sit down one day and start The Office from the beginning. Dude, there's an episode where like Michael's so crazy in it. There's an episode where like he finds out his girlfriend has been married the whole time or whatever, and it doesn't matter because he
Okay.
has like 15 different girlfriends. And then one
Yeah.
day when you're watching this, like you're gonna, and Michael's like such a kid, so he like always loves dessert and everything like that. Like there's one episode where he comes in and he's like, I don't want, like he gets gum stuck in his hair, and Dwight's like, don't worry, I'll get the peanut butter. And Michael's like, I don't want peanut butter, give me ice cream. And Jim's like, it is 9 o'clock in the morning right now, Jesus. But there's an episode where he finds out his girlfriend has been married the whole time or is cheating on him or whatever. So he
Yeah.
goes in the break room and Jim and Pam come in and they're like, wait, we ran out of ice cream. And he goes, it's just sour cream and olives. And he like takes a bite out of it. And he goes, oh God. He like keeps taking
keeps
bites
eating
of it. And dude, it's just so funny, man. Like the jokes that are in there, honestly, every time I watch it, I find a brand new joke or a brand new something where I'm just like, damn. And I've seen it so many times. It's really good. Everybody should give it a chance. If you've never gotten into it, get into it.
We did watch the one episode because we got like 5 channels at
Yeah.
the Vegas room, and Comedy Central I think was one of them, which would play a lot of them, and it was pretty funny. It was an episode where because you had to explain it to me because I was
Yeah.
like, wait, what's going on right now? But he had like apparently promised all these like kids that if they graduated
Scotch
high
tots,
school,
dude.
yeah, that he would pay for their college because he thought by the time they graduated he'd be like a big shot millionaire. So he had
Yeah.
to go to the school and they put this big thing on about how grateful they were for him, and he had to be like,
T-shirts and
I'm not
stuff.
paying you for yeah. So I do plan, and I have to
Yeah.
see it soon because it's leaving Netflix next year, I think.
Yeah, well, it's going to, who was it? NBC just bought the rights again. So it's going back to Hulu.
Oh, I got that.
So you'll be fine. I mean, it'll be on something. Yeah, it's going back to Hulu. So it's so funny that NBC was the ones that produced it, sold off the rights,
Yeah.
and now are buying it back for way more than what they sold it for. So,
It's just
It's,
how the streaming world works right
oh,
now.
dude, it's great. Dude, the streaming world sucks, man. I mean, we're going back to the thing of it's
You might
like
as well
cable
just get-
all over again. Yeah,
It's all because everyone wants their own thing. Because
because
it's
now there's
not-
Disney Plus and there's whatever. Oh, did you sign up for that?
I want not yet, but I really want it.
Dudes, shout out to my boy Steve Hirschfield on this one. He found a way to get it for $3 for the first like 3 months or whatever. So,
gonna
like,
do
you had to
that.
use this code by like, he's like, dude, you got to do it by like tomorrow morning. He's like, but
still a thing.
go ahead and do it. So I'm signed up for the first 3 months starting next month.
Can you
So
send that to me? Is this
get my Star Wars on and. But like, dude, that's what I'm wondering. Like Nat Geo, all that stuff's on Hulu. That stuff's gonna go. Like, All the
But,
Disney
like,
movies. Why would Netflix have it on there?
Hulu. Well, Netflix is trying to do like
Their stuff.
their own stuff, and
Yeah.
then I guess like anime is really big on Netflix. It
Sure.
started to be the thing, which is
Sure.
like what they're trying to do, like their own stuff, and then that. But like the Netflix stuff is so hit or miss.
Oh,
It's
it is.
either
Yeah.
good or it's just fucking garbage.
Oh no, it's not even that. It's either absolutely amazing or it's just dog shit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So one of the things I watched, which was or is a Netflix thing, it didn't start as Netflix, was the Breaking Bad movie, El Camino.
Did you start that?
I finished it.
Oh, really?
I
All
saw
right.
the day it came out. I had a lot of time that morning, so I
Oh,
fuck
bummer.
it. I'll watch El Camino. Like I watched it like the day it came out at like
Yeah.
3 in the morning.
Do I need to go back and
it was at,
watch
like,
anything?
No. So the thing I was really worried about, because I have not finished the last season of Better Call Saul, and I was like,
I haven't finished
know
the first
this-
season of Better Call Saul.
really great show. Starts really slow, but it gets awesome. But anyways,
I like Michael,
I-
whatever his name is. Yeah. No. Ian? No. What's that guy's name?
Saul,
Bob Odenkirk.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I was worried. I was like, man, are they gonna? Hopefully they don't tie in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. I was like, I'll give it a shot. You don't need to be caught up on Better Call Saul, but you should at least. Have you finished Breaking Bad?
Yeah. Yeah. Watch the
Okay.
last episode.
Yeah. So you do need to do a little bit of recap on the series because they do some callbacks to some characters and some events
Okay.
that you got to remember. But it takes place immediately after the season finale. Like right when the season finale ends is where it picks up.
Okay.
And there are some times they actually do a really good job. Like the whole cinematography, the acting, everything is fucking phenomenal. Just like
Okay.
it just feels like a super long Breaking Bad episode. Like they didn't skip a beat at all. It's perfect.
Yeah.
The only thing that kind of took me out of it is the show ended like 6 years ago or whatever it was,
Right.
and almost everyone looks the same. There's one character, and I don't want to fat shame anybody, but there's one character.
Bryan Cranston.
I won't say if he's in it or not. There is one character who you look at and you're like, hey, aren't you supposed to be the same age and weight that you were when this season was going on? Because I know it's 6 years later, but this
It's Aaron Paul.
particular-
I've seen that dude. He's fat as shit now.
It's not Aaron Paul.
No, it's not Aaron Paul.
But then that actor, again, I'm not trying to fat shame. I'm just saying, maybe you should have did a little bit of research before you did it, and remember that this was 6 years in the future, but not really. He is such a tremendous actor, and his character is such an amazing psychopath that like once he starts acting and talking, you totally forget about that
Okay.
he gained a bunch of weight. So
Very
like
cool.
that's my only nitpick is one of the characters didn't stay in character, like the same body that he should be. Again, 6 years in the past, I understand things change. Not trying to fat shame, but his acting was so good that you forget about it real quick.
I mean, dude, come on. You got to know when you're getting into a movie, like, you have time. Get skinny. Like, that's all you have to do is get skinny.
Especially when it's Breaking Bad, one of the
Yeah.
greatest TV shows of all time.
Yeah. Okay. So, for those of you that don't know, the reason I moved to Colorado is because a lot of
Because of Breaking Bad?
because of Breaking Bad, because of Aaron Paul. He was like, you know what? At the end of the final episode, everything happens that happens. I won't tell you if you haven't seen it. And then Aaron Paul's like, Brian, you should move to Colorado. It took me a long time to see it, and then I finally saw it like 6 months ago, and I was like, you know what? I will. And I got up and left.
We'll move to Colorado, and you go do BoJack Horseman. That's how it went down.
That's exactly what happened. And start your own tequila company, too.
Yeah, and like weird people out because you do weird Instagram stuff and it confuses people. And then you're just like, oh, it's tequila.
I'm going to have to check that out. But, like, you know about his, like, tequila company, right?
Yeah, because him
Dos Hombres, him and Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, but they were posting, like, super cryptic stuff on their Instagram pages.
Oh, okay.
And they were posting the same exact thing. And people were like, oh, a new Breaking Bad thing. Look at, they're both posting. And then, like,
technically.
They finally release it, and they're like, tequila. And people were like, oh, I thought it was.
But then they did release a Breaking Bad thing.
But then they did release a Breaking Bad thing.
Yeah.
So it worked out. Anyways, you
Tease was short-lived.
and I rudely interrupted you.
Sorry, no, it was great. It all pertained to everything, and but I moved out here because there's a bunch of friends from high school and college that live out here, so I moved out here. Angie Harrison is a friend of ours from high school. She lives out here. I was talking to her one day, and she's like, we were with my buddy Troy, who will be on the podcast at some point, and I was talking to her one day, and she was like, yeah, like, I watched all of Breaking Bad except for the last episode. She was like, I didn't see the point. And I go, listen, there's a million shows. There's Dexter. There's, where Jumping the Shark, 100%. Out of all of the shows that I wish you would watch the last episode of, it is 100% Breaking Bad.
For sure.
100%.
I have always said that Dexter is a great point that you brought, where Dexter was such a great show, and then it went too long.
That final season just fucked it over, dude.
And Breaking Bad, there's 4 or 5 seasons, something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's the best TV show of all time, but it's definitely in the argument of possibly being one of the best TV shows of all time. And with having that stigma of being such a cultural thing that happened, a phenomenon, a must-see TV, like, people will get greedy and just be like, keep pumping them out. Mm-hmm. And then the people at Breaking Bad said, this is the story. We're done with the story.
Yeah.
We're going to end it. And I really appreciate that about Breaking Bad, that they didn't jump. I know they did come out with, like, a movie, but they waited. They figured it out. They didn't
that's just the community.
There's
6 seasons in a movie.
Yeah.
Wait, six or is it 8?
6 seasons in a movie.
6 seasons in a movie. See, so they did it right.
Yeah, exactly. Which I was doing a little bit of research, and there might be a Community movie in the works. They've all said that they will 100% do it if they can find funding and all that. Anyways,
if they can find funding, Charles Gambino can.
Well,
I just saw him this last weekend. He's amazing. You should see his production. It's fucking crazy, dude. It's massive.
He's the one person, I guess, though, that's like, they're not sure if he's committed to it. Which I feel like Donald Glover wants to leave his, like,
awkward, goofy,
his, like,
kind
his
of
Derek comedy past.
Yeah, he wants his Atlanta kind of comedy, that dry humor.
And that's fine.
I like Atlanta. I like that show.
I miss me some old.
Oh, I would pay so much money to see Troy crying, so much more.
But and you know Chevy Chase, he ain't gonna do it. But I don't think anyone's too worried about that.
I don't think anyone. They can kill him off, and honestly, like, I think it would be hilarious. Oh, do they do that at the? Because he didn't do the last season, did he?
He didn't do the last 2 seasons.
Him and Donald. Did Donald Glover do the last season?
No, I believe they killed Chevy Chase off at, like, the beginning of season 5.
Yeah.
And then, like, a few episodes into season 5, they wrote Donald Glover off.
Now that you say it does sound familiar. Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
because like after Chevy Chase died, he, like, left his boat to Donald Glover and he's like, I know you've always wanted to sail the world or whatever. So, and then he gets LeVar Burton to like be his, like, co-captain or whatever.
I kind of faded out on that last season, so maybe I'm gonna have to go back and watch it.
Here's a super funny Easter egg for anyone who misses who was on Community. So like I said, Pierce gives Troy his boat as like his will, and then they're like, I'm gonna go sail the seas and figure out who I am, and he like sets sail, and then a few episodes later, and he goes with LeVar Burton because like that's his Troy's hero.
Mm-hmm.
And then a few episodes later, there's a TV in the background with like a news channel on, and there's a little ticker at the bottom that says like LeVar Burton and his friend were like boarded by pirates and like whereabouts unknown, and it's
That's amazing, by the way.
it's just a little Easter egg. Like if you weren't reading it, you'd
I
so
love
apparently
stuff
he's,
like that.
right, just kind of like small
Yeah.
little. It doesn't say Troy's name because he's not the famous one. LeVar Burton is.
Right. And I love the fact that it says his friend because Troy would absolutely love seeing that.
I don't know if it was like word for word friend, but like something like that. Like or it's like,
You can't disappoint a picture.
oh, it's great.
The Soul Train Awards were on.
So words of word tonight.
Annie, no. I love that episode, man.
Guys, even if you've never seen The Community, have no idea what the fuck we're talking about. Google Troy crying compilation
yeah,
on or YouTube. it.
Community Troy crying compilation because it is. It's the best. He's probably one of my favorite TV characters of all time, honestly.
Troy? Oh,
Yeah.
he's great.
He's great. Like the stuff that he says. Oh, my monkey. He names his monkey Annie's boobs.
And his boobs.
There's just so many good things about it. If you guys haven't seen it, you guys need to watch it. I know we're getting rusty and we're kind of getting all over the place, but this is our first episode back. We're just glad to be doing this.
One more.
Okay.
So we're pledging a fraternity, and they made us put pretzels in our butts. I put mustard on mine like an idiot.
Like an idiot.
It's
Or
so
what
good.
about
It's so good.
his facial expressions that he does when they want to put mustard?
When they want what?
I was just laughing about the mustard on mine because he does it. He goes, I put mustard on mine like an idiot. He gets so mad at himself. But it's the same one, the Soul Train Awards one, where Annie's doing this psych experiment and Annie's asking people, and she was like, "Come on, Troy," and he goes, "Do they do stuff to your butt?" She goes, "What? No," and he goes, "Do you get paid more if they do stuff to your butt?" And she just looks at him. He goes, "It's fine. I'll do it anyways. Don't worry."
Also, go to YouTube after Troy crying. YouTube Troy butt stuff compilation. He's
I
way
actually
into
haven't
butt
watched
stuff.
that. It's funny, man. It's an
He
ongoing
brings up butt
joke.
stuff a lot. I'm Troy Butt Suit Barnes.
But soup. It's
Boy,
a really
that's
good
my
show. It's trust me, there's stupid humor in it and all the time.
It's
but
a
yeah,
it's a super
and for those people,
underrated
this
show.
is not a jewel. Okay, people may think that. I forgot. I smoked this earlier, and people were like, "Was that motherfucker smoking a jewel?" No, it's a Pax pen. It's weed. Okay, I don't do tobacco.
He's a grown up.
Yeah, I'm a grown up, so I do weed. But yeah, man, that's a great one. So basically, we just talked about all the shows that we used to watch. We didn't talk about.
Instead of all the new ones that we're supposed to talk about. So,
So those are shows that we like, and these are ones just to kind of get you on page with us. These are the ones that we're excited about now.
who we are. One more that I watched since our last meeting that was really good, and if I don't know if HBO has free trials or whatnot, but
they
check
do.
it out.
14 days.
14
maybe.
days. Perfect. Miniseries Chernobyl. It's the
Okay.
most terrifying show I've
It's a
ever
limited
seen.
series, right?
It's like 5 episodes.
Yeah.
It is fucking terrifying. It's not a horror show by any means.
No.
It is like a true event story.
Yeah.
It is terrifying, like gut wrenching. Like, whoa, this is scary as fuck. Like, I was terrified watching the whole thing, and I couldn't stop watching.
Do you know that Elon Musk has a
A car company.
feature built into his cars now, all the new Teslas and everything like that, that it's called like a biohazard breach or something like that, where you can click this button and it will like airlock your car. So you could actually like drive it like in the water and stuff a little bit, like not totally submerged, but you can drive it like up to like the windshield and stuff like that. There's videos of it out there. Check it out. But it's wild. That's how fucking paranoid he is. He has like a biohazard attack, I think is what it's called, mode, and the
Like,
whole
it's
thing can
his
get
car,
airlocked.
or do all Teslas have it?
All Teslas, all the newer X, at least the Model X has it. I know.
Okay.
But yeah, so
I don't.
we're on our
I
way,
don't think-
guys.
I don't think you can buy Teslas in Michigan.
You
think
have
you-
to. I swear I've seen them in Detroit. Maybe.
Well, no. You people have them,
Yeah.
but I think you have to go to like Ohio. This is completely just. I might be talking completely out of my ass and not knowing at all what I'm talking about. But I think there's something in Michigan where you have to go to a dealership to buy a car.
Oh, okay.
Tesla, because Teslas you buy like online or something.
They have dealerships now. It's like a consultation more than anything because they want to make sure, like, yeah, I mean, they have places. Like in Marin, there's Tesla places, and
Okay. Maybe I'm
San Francisco
wrong then.
definitely has Tesla places, Tesla dealerships. So, but I think they might be only having them at certain places, and I don't think he's selling them to other dealerships. He doesn't want other dealerships like selling his Teslas.
Yeah, and Michigan
So-
is a like
It's
GM,
still a long
Chevy,
ways out.
Ford and
Yeah.
shit is like
Yeah.
that's all Michigan.
Which
Like,
is
they're-
funny because like they're like, oh, we gotta get them made in America, and they'll let Toyotas be in there, but like, dude, Teslas are made in America.
Yeah, again, I don't know if that's true, but I heard something that you can't buy it because like the laws in Michigan don't allow for that. But you can like it's not illegal to have a Tesla. Like you can have one, you just have to get it. What are you doing?
I'm just doing some stuff. I don't know. I felt like when I'm wearing this hat, it kind of looks like I have one of those like Irish like ball caps on, but I had to move around a little bit to let people know it's a ball cap.
Remember,
shit.
people, that was not a jewel. That was marijuana.
It was weed. It was great.
Yeah.
I smoke all the time. Sometimes
Yeah.
at work.
It's Denver.
But yeah, so what else? All right, so the Chernobyl one though, I heard it's really, really good. I need to get into it. I was just getting ready to get into it, and then I like let my HBO subscriptions lapse after Game of Thrones was done and everything like that. So I was like, I'll let it lapse for the summer while I'm doing stuff. And then I just picked it up recently to watch Succession. Just a heads up, that show
Is that
sucks,
the-
guys.
Is that the Adam McKay show?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Or
And
the
like,
one- I
dude,
don't know if he
his-
produced it or something.
he produced it. I don't think he directed it, which like the cinematography is like pretty decent and everything like that, but they just don't get you emotionally invested enough. Like it's basically like a Bernie Madoff kind of family kind of setup.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just like this New York like big hotshot, but like these guys are this family is like the fourth biggest. It's either like a telecommunication. See, I don't even know. And I just watched it. I watched all seasons of it, all the way up until like the last 4 episodes, and I stopped because I'm like, this is fucking stupid, man. Like, it's just they don't get you invested enough. It's like the 4th largest company, like telecommunications company or whatever like that in the world. And all they keep calling it is like, well, Dad says I'm going to run the company someday. And the company is, we got to do this for the company. Do you think Jeff Bezos is walking around talking about Amazon as the company? No, he's like, it's motherfucking Amazon, dude.
It's Amazon,
Everybody
baby.
needs to know what that
I know
is.
the name.
Like, that's just branding in general. So it's just, it's
Yeah.
crazy that they have it like that. I'm like, I couldn't even tell you the name of the company right now. If my life depended on it, I'd be like,
It's just a company.
it's Brian Cox's family shit. I don't know. So yeah, that's a new one that I was watching for a while. It was okay. Got on the
You
Righteous
should've watched
Gemstones
Chernobyl
for a
instead.
while too. Did you ever get into that?
Righteous Gemstones?
Yeah, Danny
Ooh,
McBride's
I've
new
never
show
even- Oh, I did hear about that, but no, I have not.
about like the televangelist or something. It's kind of
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, like I need to get
I've
back
seen
into
ads
it.
for
I saw a couple episodes. I'm like, it's pretty good, but you know, it's Danny McBride doing that same kind of thing again. So
Just like kind of standard Danny McBride deal.
yeah, pretty much. You know, like he's kind of typecast. He's great. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love that when it's done right. Like some of the stuff he says.
Yeah.
No bitch assness.
No bitch. I want that shirt so bad.
Hey, guys, that was from
Eastbound
and
and
Down, second season, where he's in Myrtle Beach.
Third season.
Third season. That's right. Second season, he's in Mexico.
It was Mexico.
Yeah, third season. No bitch assness.
No
Tight
bitch
dick
ass.
player.
Tight dick player.
I actually got to say that to him, and it makes my fucking day. And he laughed, sort of. He went, ha! To Craig Robinson.
Where'd you see him at?
He was at Outside Lands. I have a picture.
Oh, that's right. You told me about that. Yeah.
Some kid was having me like take a picture because they have like the comedy set up there at the music festival. So, this kid was like, "Hey man, can you take me and my friend's picture?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, absolutely." So I like hold up his camera, and then all of a sudden I see who it is, and I'm like, and I hold up my camera.
Your camera.
Because they were taking a picture with Craig Robinson, dude. I was like, holy shit. And without knowing anything to say, like, I handed the kid back his phone. Craig Robinson was walking away, and I just yell, tight dick, playa. And he goes, ha! And just laughs and keeps going. So I'll take that. I made
Did he have a
Craig
towel on
Robinson
his shoulder?
chuckle. I don't know. I'll find the picture and I'll send it to you. We'll see.
probably did.
I remember he's wearing like this black Adidas shirt and jeans, and he's got a pretty decent sized fro at that time. I think that was like around the time they were.
Hot Tub
Nah, it's
Time
probably the second one.
The
'Cause this is
second-
like
Did he have a
2014.
fro in Hot Tub Time Machine, right?
Yeah, I was thinking more Zach and Miri make a porno.
Oh, that was way before.
It was, yeah. But so was the first original Hot Tub Time Machine.
You're right. The second
Yeah.
one may have been around that time.
Yeah, the first Hot Tub Time Machine is like 2010, 2011 or something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, but that was cool. But yeah, Dating McBride, it's his new show. Man, we keep getting sidetracked like crazy. But
I know. Well, we haven't
I don't-
talked in a while.
yeah, no, I'm good with it. But no, I haven't seen like too many other things this summer. I saw Toy Story 4. It's nostalgic for sure,
Yeah.
but like I thought the storyline was kind of bullshit. Like it was really kind of lame.
I'm not. If I get Disney Plus, then I'll probably watch it. But I'm not.
You'll
gonna
have
go
to
out
watch
and
it at some
see
point. Dude, the animation in it is absolutely incredible.
Oh, I'm sure it's great.
Like that's
I'm
what I
sure the
loved.
animation's
That's what I
great.
wanted to watch it for. I was like,
Yeah.
And then you watch the story and you're like, this is really kind of fucking lame. This really isn't going anywhere. So, but there's some cool tiebacks to some original ones. And dude, I did not know this until the other day. You know the soda pop, the grape soda pop button that the kid wears and up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that
It's
pops
like
up
his
in
badge or whatever.
Yeah. So that pops up in Toy Story 4. All right. You see the little
Okay.
grape soda pop badge or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's cool. Then someone found out the internet, because they're amazing.
Because the internet.
Dude, that grape soda is from the first Toy Story. So the very first movie that Pixar ever made.
Yeah.
The first Toy Story, when there's the Buzz, when he sees the commercial, when he like goes into the other room, sees the commercial, the grape soda is like in when the kids are in the backyard and he's like doing the karate chop thing. There's like the pencils that he like chops it on is sitting
Yeah.
on the grape soda. I was like, oh shit, that's crazy.
Brother. Oh, brother.
That's a
you
good-
You wanna go down a rabbit hole?
Oh, Disney Easter eggs or Pixar Easter eggs? Or-
Pixar.
Yeah.
Just Google Pixar like conspiracy Pixar like
Crossovers.
So there's like an ongoing thread or something about how every single movie is in the same universe, but they're just like in different time periods.
Well, they even do that with like even the old Disney films. Like they think that Frozen's the Elsa and what's her face's parents in Frozen, when they
Yeah.
leave on the ship looks identical to the sunken ship that Ursula lives in, or that the Little
Yup.
Mermaid finds, or whatever. And they're like, dude. And that would be around, like, they're like, that would be, like, with how the boat is decayed and stuff, like, that would
I
be
love
around the
that
same
shit,
time
man.
period. Oh, it's great. It's great.
I'll go on YouTube and I'll see like a theory, or and and I'll spend like 3 hours just watching that shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter. It's just a complete waste of time, but I just love that shit.
So what's your favorite Pixar movie then?
My favorite Pixar movie? Probably Toy Story 1 or Finding Nemo, maybe.
Okay. Those are both good ones, yeah. I was a big fan of Inside Out.
Inside Out?
Yeah.
That was a really good one.
I saw that, I think, 3 times in theaters.
Really?
Dude, it was just really good, and it was like a really good way to, like, I don't know, tell kids that, like, it's okay to be sad sometimes and all this other stuff. Like, it had some really good messages. The jokes that were in it were amazing. Like, when the box of facts and opinions they get mixed up, and and whatever the Amy Poehler's character is like picking them up, and is like, it's like these facts and opinions are all getting mixed up together. And Bing Bong's like, oh, don't worry, it happens all the time. And is just shoving them back in the boxes. I'm like, that's amazing. But Bing Bong, man, like, he's like one of my favorite characters.
I did like that one quite a bit. I've only seen it once. I wouldn't mind seeing it again.
Oh man, you should see it again. Yeah, it's really good. I think it's on Netflix right now. So.
I should watch it now. Otherwise, it's gonna go away here soon.
Yep.
Man, Bug's Life was really good too.
Bug's Life was great. Yeah, don't get me wrong. There hasn't honestly been a Pixar movie that I haven't just absolutely loved.
I wasn't super into Cars.
Really? Because I really liked Cars.
I saw Cars, I think, with you in theaters.
Really? Okay, yeah. I love Cars, man. But, like, maybe because I saw it before, like, or I saw it after, like, I had traveled the West Coast a bunch. Okay. And I think if we saw it in, like, theaters or something, it was definitely before you moved out to California. So
Cars came out in 2006.
Okay, yeah, see, so that happened then. Like, we went and saw it, and I either, like, was just getting ready to move out west, or I had just came back from out west, or whatever it was. Did it come out Christmas 2006?
Came out in June.
June, okay.
So
we had just graduated high school. I left in July.
So it was right before.
Yeah. Okay, so it was right before, but yeah, man, I love that movie. And then, dude, I just went to Disneyland on my way out to Colorado and got to go to, like, the Cars Land, Radiator Springs and everything like that. Oh, dude. I am like a huge sucker for theme parks and all that stuff. I remember being a kid and going to the Peter Pan ride in Disney World, and like, you go over the area where you're like going over Neverland and all that stuff, and I always wanted to, like, jump in there, jump off the boat, jump in there. It's a small world. Dude, I've always been fascinated with that stuff. So, like, when I got to go to Cars World and it's massive, like, I don't know, it's probably the size of like 4 football fields or something like that. Like, it's massive. Okay. It's massive. And we had a blast there, man. I love that stuff. I love going into worlds of, like, animation. It's so crazy when they can put you there on that stuff. I dig it.
I am looking at this list, and there are quite a few that I haven't seen before that I didn't realize I haven't seen.
What are some of the ones you haven't seen?
Cars 2 and 3.
Cars 2 was lame, but Cars 3 was all right. It was okay. Better.
Toy Story 4.
Okay.
The Good Dinosaur. I'd never even heard of it.
I haven't watched that one yet. An ex-girlfriend of mine from back in college that went to Michigan State University that I knew before I even moved to East Lansing. Mm-hmm. I met her at camp.
Okay.
She was really into that movie. There we go. I was like, is he going to get this at any point? She was really into that movie, and I never got into it, so. She was also into the B movie, too, though, so.
Finding Dory. I didn't,
Did you?
Finding Nemo.
Didn't you take the kids to the Monterey Bay Aquarium one time?
No, we
I thought. Did you ever go?
No, unfortunately.
Oh man, like Christina and I went, and then I took Trisha and my mom there, and it's like a replica.
I don't have kids, by the way. He's referring to the military kids.
Oh yeah, sorry.
my old job.
Did you take the little ones there?
No, my wife left me and she took the kids with her. So.
And now he drinks wine.
I know I drink wine.
But it's a really, once again, like the story there is kind of all over the place and not really going anywhere at the same time. But it's good. Like I don't know. It's good. It's basically the Monterey Bay Aquarium, dude. And they got Sigourney Weaver to do like all the Monterey Bay Aquarium like announcements over the loudspeakers and stuff. It's so great. It's so great.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. What else? I'm excited to see what their next movie is, cause
There's Onward and
oh,
Saul are the two.
it's the new Frozen movie.
That's not Pixar.
Frozen, is it?
No. No. Frozen's DreamWorks, right?
I'm pretty sure it's Pixar.
It's definitely not Pixar.
It's all over Disney.
I will bet you $1 million. It is Walt Disney Pictures, Walt Disney Animation Studios.
Okay, so it's just their animation studios that did it.
Yeah, it's just their
Man, they ripped off Pixar hard.
It looks like Pixar, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It has a Pixar feel to it.
Yeah, I mean,
feel
it's
like
not
it looks
full
more
blown
like
Pixar.
DreamWorks than Pixar to me.
And I get that. I get what you're saying on that one. Yeah, especially when it comes to like the reindeer and shit like that.
Is DreamWorks isn't owned by Disney, is it?
No.
Is DreamWorks? Oh nope, Universal, Comcast, NBC.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg found it. Good for him.
But yeah. Okay, so I don't know what their next one's gonna be. And they usually keep a pretty tight cap on it, especially they just got done with releasing
called-
Toy Story 4 this year.
It's called Onward.
Oh yeah, that's
It's,
with
elves and trolls and stuff.
it's with that new Spider-Man kid and
Tom Holland, yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Pratt.
Oh, Chris Pratt's in it too.
Yeah. So that should be
And
good.
so is Seinfeld lady, Julia Scarlett.
Dreyfus?
You got
Julia Louise Dreyfus?
Yeah, you got a lot of names in your name.
Yeah. You know, I always thought she was married to Richard Dreyfuss. No, not. Yeah, Richard Dreyfuss, guy from who was like Mr. Holland's Opus, and he was in Jaws. He was the guy that.
She is married to Brad
She-
Hall.
Yeah, no, she is not. He's like a writer or a producer or a showrunner or something like that. He's a very skinny, tall, slender white dude with glasses. It's a good looking dude.
Maybe they're cousins.
Maybe they're cousins.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear a word that you said. I was looking at something else.
That's all right. Well, let's dive into Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, so let's do that
Even though I
and
haven't
then wrap
finished
it
it?
up. What's that?
Even though I haven't finished it.
Let's do that. So let's do that, and then
Okay.
we'll wrap up the
Wrap it up
podcast
for
after
today.
that.
Yeah.
And we'll leave a couple teasers for the next episode, just because
Yeah.
we went a little long and some things that we didn't get to today. But yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is another thing that I saw and Brian kind of saw, and Brian told me, "Hey, I went to go see it, and I walked out." Why did you walk out?
So what happened was Houly and I were actually going to get ready to do another podcast actually right after the movie came out and everything. So
Yes.
we were planning on it. And at this time, when I first moved out here, I was working 2 jobs. So I was working my current job, which is a 8 to 5 p.m. job. And then I was also bartending on the weekends. So I would work 8 to 5 all the way out throughout the week. And then I would work Saturday from 9 a.m. till 2 a.m. on Sunday, and then I would work again on Sunday from 2 a.m. from 9 a.m. until 2 a.m. So I'd get like zero sleep throughout the weekends, and it was awful. Anyways, that weekend that it came out, Huli went and saw it. I was like, okay, I need to. Maybe it was like a week or two after, but I was like, I need to go see this now. So the Monday that I get off work, I was like, all right, Huli and I we want to try and do this week, so let me go see it so that I do a double on Sunday. Oh, get done at like 2 a.m. Go to work at my other job. I almost said real job, but my other job at 8 a.m. I'm there until 5. Go see the movie at like 7. I grab a drink before the movie because why not? And
Yeah.
in the movie, they have those like super ass comfy ass seats. So like I passed out for like 5 minutes, like halfway through the movie. Well, like I guess it was further than that, like 3/4 of the way through. And I woke up, and the last scene I watched, which most people have seen, I'm not going to say what happened, but the last scene that I watched was on the ranch.
Okay.
So if that tells you how far I got, and there's this,
You got decent
yeah.
far.
Yeah, that's what everyone was like. Everyone that I talked to, they're like, dude, you were almost there. I was like, I know. And now I'm mad that I didn't go back and see it in theaters, but I just got really busy.
Is it not
But
in theaters anymore?
it might be. I might be able to check, but I doubt
probably-
It's been a
Probably only
while.
a handful of theaters, probably.
Yeah,
still have it.
like we have some good ones around here, like Alamo Draft House and stuff, so they might have it. But I passed out and I woke up and I watched that last little bit of that scene, and I got panicked for a second because I was like still a little bit lost, and I was like, shoot. I was like, I love Tarantino. I don't want to ruin the ending for me. So, and everyone's like, dude, the ending's fucking amazing. So, I need to go back and rewatch it, but I left because I didn't want to spoil the ending for me. I love his movies too much. There's no way that I could watch it and then still have the same reaction, knowing everything that's going on, going into, watching it for a second time. So
after you told me that story, shortly after I was listening to another podcast. I was listening to the Lebitard show. They do a separate podcast, like separate from ESPN. It's
Okay.
like an only podcast thing, and it actually doesn't even have Dan Lebitard or Stu Gatz on it. It's all his producers.
okay,
And they have a guy named David Sampson come on. He used to be the Miami Marlins, the baseball team, their president before they sold to Derek Jeter. And
Yeah.
he's like a big movie buff. And they had him on to talk about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And he was saying that during the movie, he was watching it and he wasn't like super into it. And he was like kind of tired, and he was like, I'm not in the right mindset. And he said he was so close to walking out and trying again later. But he was like, do you know what? I'm going to fight through it. And he did. And he said he's so glad that he like fought to stay up.
Yeah.
So give it, you
Oh.
you gotta give it another try. It's
100%
it's-
I am. I
it's
already loved everything that I saw. Like that was the other reason why I wanted to leave, because I was like, dude, I've loved this. Like there were a lot of people that are like, dude, there's a lot of driving in that movie. If you watch any older
okay.
films, because what was the thing that I said to you afterwards? I was like, what I need to do is go back and learn again to be able to be comfortable watching those old movies, because those old
Yeah.
movies, there's a lot of like dead time. There's a lot of like, they just thought that's how it was supposed to be shot. So we get too caught up in like the Michael Bay films nowadays and everything like that, where it's all just go. Like I have friends. You and I both have friends. I could tell you one of our friends. I'll tell you off podcast, but a friend of ours that like I've been to movies with, and when a certain character gets killed off or something, I was watching a movie and a certain character got killed off. Burn After Reading, Brad Pitt got killed off, and he turned to me and he goes, "This movie is dead to me now." And Burn After Reading was a great movie. It's the Coen Brothers. Like, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's just people that can't handle like the slowness of movies anymore. And honestly, Tarantino was doing that to like as an homage to like old films. If you watch any Alfred
he wrote
Hitchcock's
that
films,
film for himself.
yeah,
That
100%.
was he wrote that for him,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah. That's probably one of the best things about him, and that's why like no one wants to see him retire or anything like that, is because there's people that will make movies, and if they care what people think about their movies, it ruins it, because number one, they don't make it the right way, and number two, when when like, dude, there are a million directors that if they came out with movies and the N word was just flying around everywhere, they would be cast out of Hollywood so fucking fast. But the fact that Tarantino's like, no, that's exactly, this is the time frame. That's how it was. This is how people talked. This is what it was.
Yeah.
No, don't fuck you. That's my film. Don't fuck you. You
Yeah.
know? So, no, I mean, it was really good. But yeah, there's a lot of car scenes in it. And I'm like, yeah, I was like, he's making it like a film from that time. If you watch any Alfred Hitchcock film, The Birds, like there's a ton of those car scenes. Like I absolutely loved when Tarantino did those. I'm watching those, I'm like, this is beautiful. Like this is
Oh,
this is
yeah.
phenomenal that he's doing these kinds of shots. It's that camera locked in the back. You have a direct look, and it's where you at? There you are. You have a direct look, and it's just their body driving the car, maybe on this side, and then over here is just like the coast and going up the one or whatever it is, and it's just that locked camera, and it looks so good. There's no steady
Yeah.
cam that's like making it perfectly smooth or anything like that. It's just locked in. It's great.
Yeah, he definitely wrote that and filmed it for him because he's a big movie buff, and those are the type of movies that he liked. And he rebuilt an area to look like old school Hollywood, and that's why he has so many driving sections. Is so you can drive around Hollywood and look at all the things that used to be there. But yeah, I will say I don't think it's his best movie he's ever done, but it's
No.
better than a lot of other directors' best films, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's man, I don't know.
And if
I don't think it's his worst.
not by far. His worst is the car
Grindhouse.
one, the Grindhouse,
Death Proof.
Death Proof. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's his
That
worst
one, he was just like, that was just one fun one you get to make with him and his friends. Like, it gets to
With
the
his
end, those
buddies,
girls
yeah.
are chasing and everything like that. You're like, what's going on?
It got weird. Yeah.
Yeah. But
And if anyone's getting nominated for an Oscar for that movie, it's going to be Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt fucking killed it.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
anyways,
it's just, no, it was really good. And it was cool this weekend getting to go to Austin and go to the Alamo Draft House there and, like, just know that, like,
that's the original, right?
that's what I mean. Like, these are
Yeah.
this is where, like, Henry Linklater is like showing his films, and this little fucking nerdy dude named Quentin Tarantino's coming in and just blowing his mind talking about like films and stuff. I'm like, these are those places. So South by Southwest is in March. Maybe.
It'd be fun. I'd be down.
Paul and I were talking about it. I think it'd be really cool to see some like cool films and some cool bands and shit. So Austin's fun, man. Like, I went last year and it was all right. We had a good time. We had a great time.
got
But
sick
I
though,
went
right?
this last weekend. Oh my god, man, we had a blast.
Hell
It was a
yeah.
whole So, but yeah, man, to go into like those those cinema halls and shit, and just being able to be like where Tarantino's been and stuff. It's cool. It's a cool feeling.
Hell yeah.
But yeah. So really glad we got to talk about Letterkenny today.
So next time we'll talk about Letterkenny.
Yeah.
We'll
Definitely talk about
ab-
Letterkenny next time because apparently there's a big announcement coming this Friday.
So
Which by the time this came out, last
Already.
Friday.
So, thank you everyone. If you made it all
Yeah.
the way to the end, this was a little bit longer one. It's been a while since we did this, so we wanted to do a little longer one.
Yeah.
Next week we'll be back in the normal groove of things.
Yeah. Hopefully we're going to be trying some new stuff on social medias and stuff, so we'll see.
Yep.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
The docket for next week, be prepared. Even though typical
We
Houly and
won't
Brian,
be.
we probably won't do any of
So,
this. But Letterkenny, we'll be talking about. I got a doctor experience that I want to share about. I was a very rude doctor,
Yeah.
and
Precursor for next week. Houly, I need you to do me a favor. We'll talk about this off camera, actually.
all right.
We're going to talk. But
Typical
Houly and I are going to
Brian,
have...
You guys won't
Yeah.
know what's going on.
Yeah, but super fun to be back on here talking with you, Houly. Bye, everybody else. Thanks for stopping by, San Diego.
Bye, everybody. Enjoy Chip the Ripper.
Chip the Ripper.
Peace. That's the song at the end of this.
I know. I totally forgot about that. I totally forgot.